Sweater fit doesn't start with gauge, it starts with the construction. You might knit two sweaters, same finished bust size, and they fit completely differently. Have you ever asked yourself why? Well, the answer is not the size, it's not necessarily the gauge, it is probably going to be the construction and how they fit, because they will sit on your body differently depending on how they're constructed. In this video, we're going to take a look through 4 different construction styles and how they're going to impact how they will lie on your body. So the first construction style we're going to look at is a drop shoulder. Drop shoulder is pretty much what it sounds like, and it's often something that people begin with in their sweater journey because of the fact that it's so straightforward. It's very boxy, and the reason it's known as a drop shoulder is because you are knitting a square effectively with the body and the shoulder at the same width. When you wear it, the shoulder drops off or sits somewhere down along here. The kind of things that are easy to modify are going to be length of the body, length of the upper arm, length of the sleeve. So they're all pretty straightforward to modify. The kind of body shapes that this is going to work for is if you're a medium build and if your bust relative to your body size is fairly similar, so not too busty, this will work fine. However, if your bust is larger than your body size, you may find that this hangs out quite a bit and can look a little tented unless you've got a very specific fabric. And if your body size, your bust size is larger, by the time you reach the bust size you want or the width you want for this, that drop shoulder can come quite far down here. There are a few modifications you can make where you've got modified drop shoulders where it's a little bit smaller inside, and you can modify the ease of it quite a bit, adding more or less ease. But the basic shape of this is the advantage that it's a very simple shape, nice way to start. So that's your drop shoulder sweater. So the next one we're going to look at is a raglan shoulder, and a raglan one is a little bit different because you're shaping the sleeve and the body all at the same time. I'm talking about it from the top down. It can be done from the bottom up, but this particular one would be top down, where you cast on stitches for the body and for the sleeve. And this is known as the raglan seam here. So it's a diagonal seam that goes, what I'm wearing as well here, goes down along like this. So that means that as your sleeve increases, your body increases. If it is a very basic raglan construction, you can sometimes find that for larger sizes, the sleeve ends up too big by the time you get to the bust size that you want. It can be modified, but it's a little bit trickier because that becomes a bit more complex and requires some careful number calculation as you go through. As before, the length is easy to modify, the sleeves are easy to modify. In terms of how it fits, if you've got very sloped shoulders, the raglan is quite straightforward because there isn't a set seam line, so it's easy enough to wear and it's going to follow your arms down, so it works quite well. I'm just pausing the video for a second to ask you, if you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to my channel where I love sharing tips, videos and insights with you. You can also find down below in the description a link to my newsletter where if you sign up, you get a free Fit Your Knits PDF. So now back to the video. If you've got squarer shoulders and you like emphasizing them, you might like the raglan because you can see it does quite emphasize the shoulders. But the exact position of your shoulders doesn't really matter with the raglan because the sleeve starts right up at the neck. So that is number 2. Number 3, we're going to take a look at set-in sleeves. This is a little bit more tailored, a little bit more fit. Again, it can be done in seamed pieces where traditionally each of these pieces would have been knit separately and then sewn together. This is where the set-in comes, where the shoulders fit exactly the width of the shoulders, the bust fits exactly the width of the bust, and then there's a shaped sleeve cap that curves across the top of the shoulder. This particular one is a top-down one that uses short row set-in sleeves. So I quite like this construction because I feel it gives you a huge range for modifying because you can fit the width of your shoulders exactly. you can fit the bust exactly. If you have got narrower shoulders, you narrow the shoulders and then you add more increases for the bust. But if you don't want to emphasize your shoulders because of the fact that this sits exactly where the edge of it is, you may not be a huge fan of a set-in sleeve, but it is very easy to modify in my experience. So that's number 3, and we're going to move on to the 4th construction style. And this one is a circular yoke. It is a fairly straightforward construction. It is effectively a funnel starting with the size of the neck, working your increases in circles around. So you'll have one round where you're doing all of your increases, then you'll knit or work in pattern a few more rounds. You'll have another round where there's all of the increases in that one round. So it's a concept, basically circles with increasing stitches as you work your way down. This is why you'll often see it with colour work, because it makes it very straightforward to work colour work patterns into. So now how it fits, as with all of them, the lengths are very easy to modify, but it's trickier than you think it's going to be, because all of those increases are happening in circles. If you end up with one being too tight up here, you can end up with that funnel or cone moving further up your shoulders. That's particularly going to be the case if you have very broad shoulders, because if the increases don't happen quickly enough, this section here is going to be too tight and it will almost trap your shoulders down. So you'll have to modify it to have more increases sooner up your yoke. Also, you may find that if you've got a larger bust, that the stitch patterns coming down a little bit further like that isn't going to work so well for you. But if you like it a little bit oversized, these work well oversized. If you like something with a colour work yoke, this is one of the nicest ways of doing it, because you can work it all the way around. So those are the 4 construction styles that will hopefully give you an idea of how you can look at your wardrobe and see which category the sweaters you'd like to wear fit into. If you'd like to go deeper into sweater construction and learn more about modifying sweaters and different construction styles for your body shape, then you'll find some useful links down below in the description.